Good evening, everyone! Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to yet another episode of everyone's favorite NES game. Hello, Jackson. Welcome, Ma KCC. What is up, indeed? David Ray. Hope you're having a great... What's the poll all about? Polls are fun. There's not any particular rhyme or reason to it. And wow, we got Hachi Makes Games over on the Twitch side. Welcome. Hope you're having a great night. Thanks for stopping by and watching over there. You take it you weren't able to complete this game the other night when you were playing past 2 a.m. Past 2 a.m., David Ray. I think we finally gave it up at 7 a.m. my time after starting around 11 p.m. So we played for a good 8 hours, which is not advisable. It's not usually a way that I play retro games. Usually I'm like try for 2 to 3 hours kind of guy. If it's not working, take a break, think about it a bit. You know, get some rest, come back, fresh and try it again. But I hate ending a stream without a victory, so it really pushed me to kind of keep going. But the nice thing about that stream, to anyone who watched it, or especially if you watched the end, I was still consistently getting better throughout. It's not like, okay, we were hitting a kind of a peak, and I was heading backwards from there. Our last run of the night, or should I say morning, since again it was like after 6 in the morning. Was still really good, so I'm hoping we're gonna get back to it today. Fresh mind, fresh pair of thumbs, and we're just gonna knock it out of the park. I've had some time to think about it. I've gone back and reviewed my own footage, particularly of the final boss, and I think I kind of see where I was going wrong there. But April, doing well, thank you. Hope everyone's doing well. Daniel, here we go. Last time you passed by, we witnessed the end of Wii U Online, so your expectations are high. Hachi Makes Games? Well, we're playing one of the toughest NES games right now, made by Rareware, who doesn't get enough recognition for being the maker of really difficult games back in ye olden days. Everyone loves their, kind of middle-age stuff, but the NES stuff can be kind of tough. But I think we're just about ready to get started here. So is everyone ready for Snake, Rattle, and Roll once again? Hopefully not another 8-hour stream of it. Hi, Diego. Super Tom Brother, you just voted. Again, the poll was just a for fun thing. I don't make enough polls, but we got Snake at 38%, Rattle at 50%, Rollin' only at 12%. Let's hope we roll smoothly into the final, end of the game here. Can get this done tonight. And here we go. So I have not played this since last time, and oh god, it's gonna take me a minute to get used to the controls again here, isn't it? So we got all these manhole lids with stuff in them that we don't really need. Okay, wow, that's gonna take a second. So I really hope I haven't lost all of my ability after not playing this. Because what was it? It was Wednesday night, right? Last night we played good old Banjo-Tooie. Grunty Industries was a lot of fun. And now we're back to Snake, Rattle, and Roll here. But yeah, so it's just been no, the fall damage. Okay, well we're not gonna start off like that. I forgot about the fall damage. You gotta slowly work your way down so you don't die. Well, let's get a real run going here. But yeah, it's probably gonna take a minute to kind of get back into the groove. And I'm hoping once I've got that back, we're just gonna smooth sail into the end game. Hachi Makes Games. Yeah, we got lots of viewers on YouTube, which is where I've been streaming for a little bit longer, but definitely wanted to get the Twitch streams going as well, because I know Twitch has a pretty nice retro game community and just gaming community overall. So I figured that'd be a good place for people to find the content as well. I mean, don't be afraid to chat on Twitch either. More people might show up as the stream goes on. Can't stay for 5+ hours this time, Daniel. Don't worry. Or sorry, David. Don't worry. That's not the plan. Okay. Again, let's remember how to actually play this game. Oh god, it doesn't even look like I've ever played this before with the ability I'm showing right now. Gotta get back into the groove. Again, remember the strange controls where right moves you down to the right, down moves you down into the left. You gotta eat these balls so that you get a tail, and then after your tail is long enough, you can stand on this pressure plate, hit a bell, and then go through the exits. Very, very convoluted. But we're gonna see what we can do. Sometimes you even gotta take damage to blast yourself up to these crazy heights here. But yeah, again, even though we played for a long time last time, I was really, really kind of, zoned in. Which is why you hate to stop playing when you're like that. Of course, you got the feet. And yeah, we're going to be seeing much more of those guys as the game goes on. Again, to anyone who saw the end game last time. But yeah, we need more of a tail here. One thing we can do is actually go into this bonus game and extend that a little bit. Afflicted! Gonna be going for another 5 a.m. stream. I hope not afflicted. Thanks again for watching on Twitch as well. We just had Hachi Makes Games on the Twitch side too. Should do a feet pull, says Daniel. What's your favorite kind of foot? Moon foot? Ordinary foot? Ice foot? There's that bell, and then through the exit. So, many people have noted that there's a warp in the first level that can take you all the way to level 8. And sure, that might help us get to the late game a little bit quicker, but when you really think about it, it is a horrible idea to use that. Because I use the early levels to accumulate a lot of 1-ups, which we obviously want for the later game. Plus, the extra continues show up in level 3 and level 7. So by using a warp that takes you all the way to level 8, you are missing both of your opportunities to get extra continues. And we need as many lives as we can to get up those stairs of hell right at the end there. Plus, you know, not to mention getting as many attempts at the boss as we can. So, yeah, no warps in this playthrough, I think, is the decision. Both because it's not something I normally use, and because it just seems disadvantageous to us as well. Despite initially sounding appealing, but when you really think about it, I think it doesn't work in our favor. Like, speaking of which, we got another 1-up up here we can grab. We get by the shark guy. And now it's just a matter of getting the tail again. One of the more tedious parts of the game is kind of having to eat a bunch of guys until your tail is flashing. And then we can finally proceed on with the level. But of course, you know, this early game has nothing on the late game. Where you're climbing up slippery slopes and all that. I'm not looking forward to that again. But I mean, in a way, it's like the early game's kind of easy once you get the hang of it. But the late game always has a little bit of intrigue to it. David Ray over in the Twitch chat, welcome. Hope you're having a great night. You're gonna go to bed by 10 p.m. says April. Yeah, I really hope it's not another 8-hour stream. Again, that was a little too long last time. Encouraged by my desire to I just hate ending a stream if there hasn't been a winning run. I always want to, you know, if people stick around to watch a game, I always kind of want to show them the end. But sometimes you just kind of gotta call it a day. All right, I gotta get used to the water current again. We're back to that. The nasty water current. You know, my first nemesis in this game, then followed by slippery surfaces. But yeah, I gotta remember some of the things that we learned before, but now we need to kind of remember again. But overall, I think this game was a lot of fun. Snake Rattle and Roll is a cool game. Rareware made really fun games on the NES, but they always kind of knew how to just overdo it. Like, they have a really fun, nice, interesting concept. And the first few levels will make you think, you know, it's a simple game. This is just a fun game. I'm gonna romp through and have a good time. By the end, they just crank it up to 100, and you know they don't hold any punches whatsoever. Definitely watch my 50-minute Battletoads review if you have not seen that one. There's a lot of things I talk about in that review can pretty much apply to like any Rareware game from back in the day, and I think it certainly applies here. Where it's like, you know, they have cool ideas, but just for some reason, it was their desire to make you feel pain. That's definitely what happens as we get to the closer to the end of this game. But there you go, 3 levels down already. Nothing too difficult. As good as you are at this game, you'd probably get all the achievements on Rare Replay, says Super Tom Brother. Wow, I never thought about the achievements in Rare Replay. So, like, do the Banjo-Kazooie games have all these same achievements that you know, they've had in the versions we're playing on the 360? Speaking of which, we probably need to double check on those next time we play. I haven't looked at them in a while. Hopefully, I don't think we've missed any of them. But that's true. This would actually be kind of interesting to play with achievements. Now we're gonna have to do that to get my gamer score up. No, I don't intend to buy an Xbox One. Too bad Rare Replay wasn't on the 360. That would have been pretty cool. We got this foot like here, right? Can this guy be a 1-up? Nope, that's a fake one. But yeah, level 4. So level 4 is like where the game first starts to show its fangs. With that cliff that you have to climb at the end. And there's a whole perspective thing going on that... And I feel like until you've played for a little bit, it's hard to tell sometimes just what is where on the screen. But as you get the hang of it, it definitely gets simpler. But okay, I'm getting back into the groove now, remembering what direction moves you where. We'll see if I can remember that even as we're climbing up, you know, against some of those obstacles that we encounter in the late game. We'd love a few more 1-ups, get back up to 9. Which again is the max in this game for some reason. Even if you collect the 1-up when you have 9, it doesn't go higher than 9, which is very annoying. Jumping around corners like that's always scary. We got these knives that come out from nowhere. I see from here, we gotta jump like up to here. Like again, so like the first time you look at this cliffside, it's very kind of mind-breaking, telling exactly what height different things are. But once you know what to do, it's not so bad. And there you go, level 4 down. Want a full KCD series? KCD. Might have to elaborate on that one. Every Rare-made NES game is difficult except for the Sesame Street game, says Afflicted. And like, you know, like Wheel of Fortune. Like, Rare did a lot of games on the NES. I didn't think that A Nightmare on Elm Street was that bad. I mean, it like, wasn't the easiest game either. Alright, but this is where the game definitely starts to kick it up a notch. These carpets aren't my favorite, but you seem to be doing okay on them so far. What else we got going on in the comment here? True Seed with 166 super chat. Thank you. I really appreciate that. 166. I like a secret code, but thank you so much, True Seed. Hope you're having a great night. No, Wheel of Fortune is also hard. Did you forget some of the puzzles we had Afflicted? That's, I mean, it's true. I mean, you got to get kind of lucky, but also if you play like a single, I mean, when I beat it, I technically did like a, like against 2 computer players, so it was kind of like the real TV show experience. But yeah, when we were just messing around that one night, yeah, you better know like your 1950s actors and movies and musicals and such if you're gonna play Wheel of Fortune on the NES. I'm not sure why they thought some of those puzzles were a good idea. But are we flashing out? Looks like we are. Is there like a diamond here I can grab? There is. So I might as well. And there should be a 1-up down here, which will get us back up to 8. Again, I've been seeing this game in my sleep since we played it. There we go! A True Seed. Oh no! Looking over at the side for a second. I got bamboozled. Alright, we'll get that tail back, no problem here. Should that be good for the tail? Nope, not quite. There we go, we got it back. Okay. This jump is not my favorite. There we go. And we gotta wait for the reverse effect to wear off. Kingdom Come Deliverance! No worries, it's niche. Hopefully this gives you a full $1, says Juicy. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Alright, what do we got going on up here? We got a clock for a little bit of extra time. So, yeah, the feats. By the end of the last stream, I could just barely mash the B button anymore. You know, it's basically like, you know, let's use baseball terminology here. Who doesn't love baseball? It's like, you're not going to be as fresh in the 9th inning as you are in the first one. And I could definitely feel that in regards to my ability to mash buttons. By the time we got to, like, you know, late into the morning. Or late into the night / early into the morning. But okay, we're back up to 9 lives. I like that, I like it. Just gotta ride this magic carpet now, and we're done another level. What is the rattle part of the game? So, I think the snake we're playing as is named Rattle, and the one that you play as is the second player is named Roll. So after I beat this, I'm definitely going to be checking it out through Nintendo Switch Online with a friend, seeing what the co-op multiplayer is like. That sounds kind of ridiculous. But okay, let's concentrate on this. Alright, level 5 done. The feelers might be fresher at the end because they don't do as much as True Seed. I mean, it must be stressful standing out there wondering if the ball's going to come to you. Plus, they have to bat too, right? Pitchers don't have to bat anymore, even in the National League. But okay, this is where the game definitely starts to show its fangs a bit more. So let's get this done. So the way that enemies' health works in this game is if you don't get constant hits on them, it regenerates. And that's especially true for the feet, which we've seen a couple of times now. So you really kind of just have to get in there and just pound on the B button if you want to defeat things. This was a weird part. You have to wait for like a flipper or something to come out, like a fin, and then grab it so we can climb up the waterfall. Like that. Then we can mash the A button to go up here. I need AVG and Ninja Gaiden training techniques to get those thumbs faster afflicted. I mean, I played for 8 hours. It was 7 in the morning. I think, I mean, like, look at all the shmups we've played lately, like, especially Sky Kid. I don't think my ability to mash the buttons can be too greatly debated. It was just a matter of we were playing for a long time last night. Or last night, you know, last time. Alright, level 6 done. Excuses afflicted. Okay, I see how it is. Christian, good evening. Hope you're having a great night. The music is pretty good in this game. It lulls you into the false sense of security. Yeah, the soundtrack's not too bad. Yeah, level 7. Another level defined by water everywhere. And even though it doesn't look like it, all of the water has a current. So when you're standing in it, it pushes you towards, you know, like downwards. So you don't want to touch it. I mean, I guess it's better than it being instant death, but still pretty tricky to deal with sometimes. And here we're coming up on the continue. Oh no! I forgot that those ones moved. Okay. It's not crack now. Choke now. Even though it's like my favorite thing to do. Alright, so we're down to 8 lives, unfortunately. Do I not have my extra hit? Okay, I do have my extra hit. Yeah, it's nice that they give you 1 extra hit for, you know, each time you respawn. Although that doesn't mean that there aren't a lot of things in this game that kill you in 1 hit anyway. Just like in Battletoads, and this is something I mentioned in my review, is that, yeah, you have a health bar, and sure, in the early game, there'll be enemies that take off like a couple of bars of health per thing. But by the time you get to the end, pretty much everything is like insta-death anyway, so the health bar is just a big fake. A big fake out. There we go. You know, so just ignore that and look at your lives and kind of treat that as your health bar instead. Okay. Now this part's tricky. This climb to the top here. And all the shenanigans that ensue. There's a foot. Oof. Okay. This is strangely like one level that doesn't really have a 1-up in it. Most levels do. I mean, maybe if we defeated the foot, but I'm not gonna worry about that. Sometimes trying to defeat the foot just ends up making you lose more lives than you get. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay. Now this is the worst one of all. Oh, okay, but I think we might have just touched the platform a little bit. So you have a spawn right here. Okay, 7 lives going into level 8. And this is normally the level where people have told me there's that rocket warp in the first level where if you can get to the end in like 4 seconds, you can warp right to here. But look it, we have 7 lives where, again, if you warp, you're definitely not going to have that many. You only get like 3 to start. You're not going to have any time to pick up extras if you're rushing to grab that rocket. Plus, you don't have a chance to pick up the extra continues in level 3 and level 7. So I really don't see how it could be beneficial to warp to later in the game, where we use these earlier levels to our advantage in this way. Unless you're really good at the last few levels and don't need the extra lives and continues, but to anyone who was around for a long time last time, you know just how challenging the last couple of levels are, and you need the lives. I'm not good enough yet. Maybe you know, I'm sure there's speedrunners out there who have kind of got it all down. But yeah, the swimming parts, I need to get used to the perspective of this again. And the second that the fish go even like a pixel off screen, they despawn. And if there's no more fish to eat, then you can't open the door and you lose a life. The freaking foot, says Fierce Deity Mask. Hackin' quackin', you love the part of the song where it goes D. 12 hours later, says Ma KCC. Sound effects for this game are so wacky. Yeah, Rareware has a very interesting style when it comes to NES stuff. It all kind of sounds the same, so like if you played other Rareware games, you should be very familiar. Alright, we're just eating some fish. So level 8's a very nice kind of break compared to all the platforming that you have to do to this point. Just kind of swim around a bit, eat some fish, don't let them despawn too much, and then you move on to level 9 and 10, which are absolute trash. And of course level 11 is good old Moonfoot, which if you haven't seen that, you're in for a treat. Alright. Let's clock down here. Alright, the developers decided to make you suffer through an attempt of agonizing series of levels, then licks feet as a final boss Super Tumbler. I think we've learned that there was certainly something up at Rare. Someone had some dirty minds, or perhaps all of them did. You don't make games like Conker's Bad Fur Day and some of those jokes in like Banjo-Tooie and stuff without a little bit of a dirty mind. Maybe more than a little bit. We never did see the diarrhea guy, though, in Grunty Industries, for better or for worse. Okay, don't go off screen, don't go off screen. So yellow ones give you the most points towards extending your tail. It's like not actually, like you can see the tail on the back, but it takes like 4 points or something to get an additional segment of your tail, but you don't actually see like the individual points that you have. Just the tail segments. It's pretty much kind of like a hidden decimal sort of thing. Okay, here we go. So the spikes at the top of the screen have always confused me. Like, I feel like I don't touch them, but sometimes I still die from, like, being even near them, so kind of staying as far away from the top of the screen as we can. And there you go, level 8, just a very nice kind of break in the midst of everything. Diarrhea guy, I mean the Mighty Pooh, says Daniel. Okay. Alright, in the poll, Snake is still winning 38%, but we got Rattle and Roll tied for 31 now. Again, that poll is completely meaningless, but it's a poll, everyone. Who doesn't love polls? But this is where the crying begins. Because you get slippery surfaces plus slopes that will try to make you slide off. And you gotta do some really jank platforming. But I'm not used to playing this without like a burning sensation in my left thumb, so interesting. Interesting new way of experiencing this. But here we are introduced to our best friend, the non-stoppable boulders that just keep spawning over and over and over again. No! See, like even when you're not really near them, they can still crush you because that's just how much fun they are. Just as we are about to get a 1-up and get back up to 9 as well, we're gonna have to suffer with 8. No! I wanted to jump onto like down here. Okay, so we're back down to 7 lives again. Which again, for our first run of the night, it's good to see I'm not too rusty. Could be better though, could be better. We need to eat some of these guys now, so that we can hit that bell again, which we haven't seen for a few levels. You remember, we gotta hit the bell to open up the door to get to the end. In order to do that, you just gotta eat a bunch of these things. Like, it's not like a really intuitive challenge or anything like that. It's more tedious than anything. They just spawn over and over and over. Okay, the foot has been activated. And I'm not going to waste my thumb power in an attempt to defeat any non-moon feet at this point. Moonfoot's my only worry right now. But yeah, looking at the Moonfoot boss fight, hopefully from what I've looked at, we can figure out a strat that will give us a little more of a chance. What do you got in the chat? I bet you will beat it in half an hour, says Daniel. Hey, if I beat this on my first try, you won't hear me complaining. Okay, I did not mean to actually go up the stairs. Do I have a long enough thing to hit the thing? Oh, I do too. Sometimes it's hard to tell if it's if the tail is flashing or not, but I guess it was. Here we go. I'm gonna inch our way to the left, so we can get up that step. This is one of those games where I'm not sure I'll ever forget it. You know, even years later, I'll still be able to like memorize all these levels. I'm not remembering how to do this properly. Yeah, so we gotta get like up here. Like it's so hard to move horizontally while you're also fighting from sliding down the steps. Because yeah, if you can't tell, there's like a whole... I'm being pushed to the... down into the right the whole time that I'm standing on these. Since literally everything is sloping, it's kind of hard to tell that they are sloping, but they are indeed. Okay. Here we are, almost at the end of the level, not the game. Rearrange my thumb there. Not quite. This jump around this corner is not fun. There you go. Level 9 down. You're well seasoned in how this game works now. You've got this. Thank you so much, Super Tom Brother. Like, isn't that just it, right? Like, once you've kind of figured out how something works and you get enough practice with it, it's not so bad. But wow, right? What else we got here? We're back, Demo! Yes, we're almost there. Stairs of Hell, Fierce Genie-Master? Those aren't the Stairs of Hell! Those are not the Stairs of Hell! Not even close. Not even close. Stairs of Hell are coming up at the end of this level. Oh, I don't even want to think about it. Stairs of Hell is just a life eater. I'm not convinced it's possible to get up them without actually losing a few lives, but okay. What is my strat for this part? Jumping along. That's it, okay. So back down. Ugh! Something like that. Something like that. It's okay, it's okay. Before we can work our way back up again, we gotta work our way down here. I hate this. No, I never die to that rock. Okay, okay. So we got the bouncing foot of doom, and we have to eat a bunch of these guys. So once again, hit a bell. Let's just not die to the foot. Because again, that's what I'm talking about. Just like Battletoads, being hit by the foot is essentially like insta-death if it crushes you, no matter how much health you have. And you can't defeat the foot very easily at all, because its health regenerates like the second you don't hit it for a millisecond, and good luck getting consistent hits on something that's moving around like that. The first few feet in the game like stun lock when you hit them, which is super nice, but not this one, or like not some of the later ones. If only they all did. But yeah, we gotta wait for the ones that don't turn into bombs. Like that one. All our hard work down the drain, and of course we are on the we're on the clock here. We got a time limit, so we can't take too long. I don't think the tail is flashing yet. Last thing we want to do is go down there and try, but not have enough. So we got Joseph, if you move during the last fight, you get hit by the boulders, but how else can you hit the boss enough? So what I think my problem was for the boss fight is I should be starting my attack from a different part of the map. The part I was starting on was kind of leading me into the boulders more than it had to. So watching the fight back myself, I should be starting from like a different corner, I think. And that will give me more of a chance to get hits on the foot before I'm you know, really in the boulder's path of attack. That's my theory anyway. It's amazing how different it felt being an observer to that fight and kind of just being, you know, thrown into it myself every time. But come on, we're almost running out of time again. Like just a couple more of these guys, hopefully. I'm gonna go up here and get the clock, as we know, as we've done before. Okay, very close to falling off the edge there. Alright, still need a few more of these to get that tail. I don't think it's flashing yet. Come on, yellow one, yes. Purple ones are good, I think. Alright, we have the flashing tail now, so we gotta go down here carefully. And over to here. Okay. We're gonna go for the extra life, everyone. Ooh! That is so risky. Okay, okay. Okay, we're running out of time again, but... It's so dumb that like you have to time your jump with the boulder that's not even aligned with you. But that's just how isometric graphics work, I guess. Okay. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot about this awful jump. So yeah, the final climb, everybody. Here we go. That jump felt so bad the first time we did it. Alright. Hand cramp. Stairs of Hell, Fierce Deity? Not yet! Not yet. We're almost there. Actually, I think that was probably from the last time. Isometric platformer, says Powpuck. Gotta do your isometric finger exercises before you play this one. If you move during the last fight, yeah, exactly, Joseph, we said that one. Shouldn't an icy mountain kill a snake with low temperatures alone, says Super Tom Brother. I really didn't need to go so overboard with this one. That's Rareware's MO, though, on the NES. And again, I mentioned that in the Battletoads video, and I actually forget where I'm standing right here, so... What direction do I have to hold when I unpause? I think it's left. But Rare just... Oh, no. Oh, no. Like, you try to take a break for 1 second, but not on this mountain. Not on this mountain. Oh. Like, they had such good ideas, and they clearly knew how to make great games. But they would just overdo it with the difficulty for, like, no reason other than to make you suffer. Like, thanks for buying our game. I hope you like pain. They're going to timeout, but I guess there's worse things that could happen. Alright, so that's a death. But here's the Stairs of Hell. Here they are. No backdrop to save you. Nothing to protect you. It's you versus the wall and your sanity. Okay. So... The first step is one of the worst ones, because it's like higher up than you can really reach because of like the weird slope that it is. Okay, it's fine. Remember, if you fall too far, you die, but we can use that to slowly inch our way upwards. Like, okay, it's a couple more deaths, but we're getting closer to the top, which is all that matters. Okay, I got to the top, slipped off, but we got to the top. And now for one final act of ridiculousness, we need to jump for the door. Yes! Oh man, this game. This game is so freaking dumb. Strategic deaths to increase the timer. Good job, Andrew. Or did you do that on accident? Fierce Deity, thank you. Yeah, so, I mean, like, I'm impressed just how consistently I've been able to do things like that. So, again, we got the boulders coming. Okay, let me catch up on the chat for a second. You know about Sneaky Snakes on Game Boy? It's like this as a side-scroller, and therefore superior Powpuck. I need to check that out. What else we got? But yeah, so now we're on the moon, where there is low gravity. You can see just how high we can jump now, and it still feels like ice physics are activated. Like you kind of slide for a little bit after you've let go of the D-pad, so you're fighting with that the whole time. But it's Moonfoot, everybody, the boss of the game, I'm assuming, unless there's more after this. Remember, boulders are insta-death. See, what I realized rewatching this is that I think we should start our attack from here, because that will keep us like away, like, you know, further away from the boulders the longest. So we have lots of time. Let's just take a minute to remember the foot's path. Like, so like if I start my attack here and follow him around the bottom that way. Because I was starting in the bottom right, but that takes you up into the middle too soon, where this should hopefully keep us further away. But yeah, the fact that it's icy, I mean, like, not technically, but, you know, it's a slippery surface, doesn't help. And see, like, you slide into him as you're trying to attack, and, you know, that messes you up too. So, since we haven't hit him for a minute, that just resets all of his health. So it's not like you can, like, slowly chip away at it. You just have to apparently hit him non-stop for I don't know how long, and he will die. Okay, well, I don't want one where the boulder's there. Okay. Ugh. Okay, well, that's a death. Because again, like, you know, you play the whole game with one set of physics, and then on the moon it just feels completely different because there's no gravity. Yeah, so... Licking a nasty foot in this game, in summary, right? Rareware had some dirty minds going on there, for sure. Nope. So when you time out, your timer goes back up to 99. But when you don't time out, and you die like in other means, it doesn't go back up. Ah! What is that? What is that? Is that all it took? Is that all it took? Snakes in space? Thought they were on a plane. That was it? That's easy. Okay, is that it though? Like, I don't trust that that's the end of the game. Like what does that mean? Snakes in space. Is that like, I'm pressing but it's not doing anything. I guess that's just the end of the game. We get snakes in space, everybody. I don't know what to say. Oh, that was actually not that bad. This game was jank and IMO afflicted. Now, yeah, okay, yeah, Fierce Deity, yes. 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 There we go. So final score 413750. And that's okay, so thank you everyone for joining for Snake. I can't believe that. But see, that's it, right? Like, don't try and brute force it. Take a break and come back, and that was easy. That was actually way better than I thought it was gonna go. Second version has an extra level. Homage to Snakes in Space, says Demo. So yeah, there's like an extra level at the end. Like, what a weird ending. Snake's Revenge, says Daniel. We beat it, David Ray. That was it. That was all it took. So by starting the foot attack on the left, it's much easier to hit than the stupid way I was doing it. But I was in no mental state to think about that. When you've played for a long time and you get tired, your mind tends to get stuck in ruts. Where when you kind of take a break and you can think about it, it's amazing what you can realize. Yes, nobody ever beat that game, and that's why nobody knew about the sequel, Super Tom Brothers. So, Fierce Deity, are you like actually interested in checking out the multiplayer? Because I'll do it with you. In fact, everyone, what we might do is we might move over to the Switch now and play multiplayer Snake Rattle and Roll online. So, how do I want to do this? I've never switched from playing a, component cable game to an HD one before. It's gonna be new territory for us here. But just give me 1 second, everyone. And again, thanks for joining for that. I can't believe it, but I'm not gonna complain. It didn't end up being that bad. Like, I've learned, like, you can learn. The game is very learnable. That last little climb is still garbage. The foot's not that bad when you think about what to do. But one moment, everyone.